The humid night over Boca Chica, Texas, was electric with anticipation. A rocket loomed against the stars, a symbol of one man's ambition. But on June 11, 2025, that ambition felt like betrayal. Elon Musk, once America's tech hero, was turning his back on the nation that made him. He wasn't just building rockets, he was building a new world order, one without the stars and stripes. The whispers had become a roar, echoing from Washington to Wall Street. This wasn't a business dispute. It was a messy public divorce between a billionaire and a superpower. Musk's empire, Tesla, SpaceX, Starlink, was now a sovereign entity, a technological kingdom with its own rules. He'd wrapped himself in the flag, won government contracts, and now he was shedding that skin, revealing something global and dangerous to the old order. The question was no longer, what will Elon do next? But whose side is he on? Quiet, calculated moves, a canceled Pentagon meeting, a cryptic post on X, a jet rerouted from DC to Beijing. Each action was a thread in a tapestry showing power shifting from governments to individuals who control the world's digital and physical infrastructure. Musk was selling a new vision of the future, one where America was no longer the gatekeeper. He was offering his technological marvels to the highest bidders, including America's rivals. The shockwaves were immediate. Lawmakers condemned him. Silicon Valley watched in awe and fear. The man who promised Mars now seemed intent on redrawing Earth's map. Elon Musk had filed for divorce from the United States, and the custody battle for the future had begun. The first tremors hit the military-industrial complex. SpaceX, once the Pentagon's favorite, began quietly withdrawing from key defense contracts. Deadlines missed, proposals priced to lose. Musk was cutting the cord. Starlink, vital to U.S. military operations, started pulling back too. Leaked memos revealed frustration. Service agreements in sensitive regions were suddenly under review. Musk, once a hero for aiding Ukraine, was now seen as unreliable, demonstrating he could turn the switch off as easily as on. The message: his network was not an extension of American power. It was his own. Tesla paused plans for a new U.S. gigafactory. Then Musk toured sites in Brazil and India. It was a slap in the face to the U.S. government, which had given Tesla billions in subsidies. Musk's loyalty was to the markets, not any country. He was building a global behemoth, not an American champion. Washington felt the slow-motion earthquake. The government had become dependent on Musk's infrastructure. Now, that dependency was leverage. The rebel billionaire was showing the superpower. He held the keys to its most important assets. He was disentangling his empire from American oversight, creating a vacuum America's adversaries rushed to fill. The retreat wasn't weakness. It was a declaration of power. As doors closed in America, they opened across the BRICS nations. Musk's jet became a fixture over Sao Paulo, Moscow, New Delhi, and Shanghai, not as a tourist, but as a kingmaker. He forged alliances, bypassing traditional diplomacy, trading and technological supremacy. In India, a new Tesla gigafactory and nationwide Starlink license. In Brazil, Tesla's energy division stabilized the power grid. These were nation-building projects, embedding Musk's technology at the heart of rising economies. Even Russia warmed, with rumors of Starlink and SpaceX partnerships. Critics in the West called it betrayal. For Musk, it was pragmatism. He was building a parallel ecosystem. Tesla cars, Tesla energy, Starlink networks, across America's rivals. The sun was setting on his American dream and rising on a new global one. The boldest move came in China. Beijing announced a strategic partnership. Tesla's advanced AI would power China's national energy grid. Project Golden Dragon aimed to create a hyper-efficient smart grid, managed by Tesla's algorithms. For China, it was a leap forward, For Washington, a nightmare. The same AI coveted by the Pentagon was now in Beijing's hands, learning and evolving with unprecedented data. Security experts warned of dual-use potential, military logistics, drone swarms, even grid disruption. Musk defended the move as accelerating sustainable energy, but critics saw it as reckless, even treacherous. The Dragon now had a foreign-made brain, and Musk was no longer answering America's calls. The Golden Dragon news hit Washington like a thunderclap. Disbelief turned to panic, then fury, emergency hearings, bipartisan outrage. Musk, once a symbol of American ingenuity, was now branded a traitor. The White House scrambled. Intelligence chiefs warned of grave risks. Investigations began, but Musk had exploited legal loopholes, making regulation nearly impossible. The Pentagon scrambled to decouple from his companies, realizing their dangerous reliance. A leaked memo revealed the Musk contingency, a plan to rapidly replace his infrastructure. The public was divided. Was Musk a visionary uniting the world, or a tycoon with no allegiance? For many, it felt like betrayal. The man who symbolized American can-do spirit had taken his toys and played with their enemies. Washington had woken up to a nightmare of its own making, and it had no idea how to stop it. The shockwaves spread far beyond America. Allies in Europe and Asia-Pacific, reliant on Starlink and Tesla, faced a dilemma. Trust in Musk's technology had rested on its American roots. Now that trust was gone. NATO and European leaders questioned whether Starlink was a tool of freedom or a Trojan horse. Japan and South Korea hit pause on partnerships, fearing backdoors and data leaks to Beijing. The ripple of fear became a wave of strategic recalculation. Musk's actions fractured Western alliances, forcing nations to choose between his technology and U.S. security. This division was exactly what China and Russia hoped for. America's allies were no longer just worried about China. They were worried about the unpredictable billionaire helping them. Musk's firewall strategy had been years in the making. He built a fortress of international subsidiaries and legal structures, making his empire a sovereign entity in all but name. Assets and intellectual property shifted overseas beyond U.S. legal reach. Even if America wanted to sanction or seize, it couldn't. Starlink's decentralized network could be controlled from Brazil or India, not just the U.S. This technological independence gave Musk immense leverage. He'd created global infrastructure resistant to American pressure, a checkmate move. His ambition was clear: build a system beyond geopolitics, above the old rules. The firewall was his declaration of sovereignty. He wasn't just breaking the rules, he was creating a new game, and only he could win. By mid-2025, Musk had become a new kind of global power broker. He controlled the high ground of space, the nervous system of global communication, and the future of energy and transport. His power came not from armies, but from essential infrastructure. In an age where data is oil and connectivity is currency, Musk was kingpin. He could grant or withhold the tools of progress, forcing nations to align with his vision. World leaders courted him. A handshake with Musk was worth more than treaties. He moved as the leader of a technological nation-state, not as an American. This concentration of power was unprecedented and unsettling. Musk had transcended the old framework. He was a private citizen steering history. The question was no longer which country controlled the future, but which individual owned the code. As the dust settles, one chilling question remains. Who does Musk answer to now? Is he truly sovereign, or has he traded one master for another? Perhaps Beijing, with its grip on his ventures? Or is he a puppet of global markets, driven by investors with no national allegiance? Maybe he answers only to himself. A post-national individual, loyal only to his own vision. But that's the most dangerous possibility. A man with world-changing power, accountable to no one. As his satellites orbit and his AI hums in foreign grids, the world wonders, who is Elon Musk really working for? And who will stop him if he's wrong?